Hello, my name is Justin Schaefer, and I would like to share a little bit about myself with you. As I look back over the course of my life, I can see the hand of God that has kept me and brought me to the place that I am today. This is not to say that I have arrived. In fact, I have a long way to go, but I certainly am not the person that I once was. God has used events and people in my life to conform me more to the image of His Son, and I would like to highlight a few of those with you. I was privileged to grow up with a mom and dad who loved God and each other. This is not to say that my family was without its struggles, however. My father was a Vietnam veteran who struggled to deal with the aftermath of the horrors of war that he experienced as a young man. It wasn't until later in his life that he was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder. He was able to receive treatment and learned how to better manage his life. I was able to spend time with my father later in his life, and I enjoyed the times that we had together. He taught me to work hard, to be patient, to love God, and to love my family. Unfortunately, my dad passed away at the young age of 66 after a battle with leukemia. His passing was a struggle for my family, but I take comfort in knowing that I will see him again someday. I was brought up in a Christian home, but wasn't really interested in following the Lord. It wasn't until the age of 19, during my second semester of college, that I met a Christian friend who was a great testimony of Christ to me. It was at this time in my life that I placed my faith in Jesus Christ and was born again. My life certainly did change, but it has been a journey of faith for me, one that has had its ups and downs. Perhaps my greatest spiritual influence has been my local church, where I have been able to serve and worship for the last 12 years. My pastors and church family have taught me through the Word of God and their authentic lives what it truly means to follow Christ. This has especially been the case as I have been preparing for full-time pastoral ministry. My church has encouraged me and verified the gifts and calling of God upon my life. The other great influence in my life has been my wife, to whom I have been married for nearly 14 years. She is a godly woman who loves God first and me second, as it should be. We have grown in our faith and as people together. She has stood by me, encouraged me to walk genuinely with the Lord. I never knew how self-centered I was until I was married, and I continue to this day to learn how to truly love my wife. My 3 children have also taught me what it means to love sacrificially. I have by no means been a perfect father, but my children have enabled me to better understand God's choice to love me. I have come to realize in a small way what God must experience continually, in that He reaches out in faithfulness to His children, even when they don't love Him in return. Well, we certainly are people who need the love of others if we're going to be used by God. I realize now more than ever that being self-absorbed and striving about my own desires will leave me empty in the end. However, in contrast, those investments that reap eternal rewards revolve around the relationships and memories I can enjoy with those I love, especially the Lord. Thank you.